Hi, my name is Rahidan, one of the lecturers for this course from School of Food Science and Technology, University Malaysia Terengganu. Upon successful completion of this topic, the student will be able to understand basic baking principle, where all complex reactions that take place during mixing and baking, so the student can control these processes. Basic baking principle involve mixing and gluten development. This phase of the basic mixing process for dough and batter. Processes that occur during mixing. Hydration, the process of absorbing water. Gluten development, controlling gluten development, methods for adjusting gluten development. The baking process after baking. We'll be looking at the following basic baking principle: mixing, gluten development, the baking process after baking. Three phases of the basic mixing process for the doughs and batters: blending the ingredients, adding liquid to hydrate flour, proteins, and develop gluten, forming the dough. Air is mixed in help to strengthen the dough. Developing the dough, mixing method develop gluten and elasticity. Air cell formations create the porous textures of the interior of an item. Interior is referred to as the crumb, necessary part of the leavening process. When gases from the leavening agents are formed, they collect inside the air cells and expand during baking. No new air cells form when baking. All air cells are formed when mixing. The length of mixing determines the final texture of the item. Proper mixing is required to get the desired texture. Over-mixing versus under-mixing. Hydration, the process of absorbing water necessary for dough development and gluten formation. Other ingredients such as yeast and various leaveners need water to react. Adjusting water and other liquids allows baker to control consistency and softness of the dough batter. Gluten development, needed for the structure of the baked goods, must be able to control coagulation is the forming of gluten caused by heat. This gives the firm structure of baked goods. Controlling gluten development. When the proteins found in wheat flour combine with water, they form a stretchable substance called gluten. Gluten development can be controlled through selections of flour, gluten content in different types of flour will affect gluten development in dough. Fat and other tenderizers. Any fat used in baking is called shortening because it shortens the gluten strength. Water, mixing method. Leavening. Expansion of air cells stretches the gluten and strengthens it. Leavening also tenderizes the product by making cells wall thinner. Temperature. Gluten develops more at a warm room temperature than at a cold temperature. Methods for adjusting gluten development. Salt strengthens gluten and control yeast growth. Yeast dough without salt are harder to handle. Milk contains an enzyme that interferes with gluten development. Milk should be scalded or heated to a simmer then cooled before be added to a yeast dough. Baking process. Melting of fats. When fats melt, it contributes to leavening, formation and expansion of gases. As gases form and expand, they help to leaven the product. Killing of yeast and microorganisms. When temperatures are too high or low, fermentation will stop. Coagulation of proteins. Heat causes coagulate of protein. Correct baking temperature is important. Too high oven temperature coagulation start too soon and may have poor volume or split crust. Too low oven temperature product may collapse. Gelatinization of starches. They give bulk to structure. Escape of water vapor and other gases. Some of the water turns to steam and contribute to leavening. Moisture will always be lost during baking. Crust formation and browning. Crust forms as water evaporates and surface is left dry. Browning begins before product is finished rising or interior is finished setting. Browning is a chemical change, Maillard reaction. These also contribute to flavor and appearance. After baking, cooling. Starches continue to gelatinize and molecules bond with each other and become more solid as the product cools. This chapter covers some of the key concepts and processes of the bake shop. What happens when a dough is made? How does the baker control gluten development? What happens when a dough or batter is baked? Because these concepts are applicable to all flour goods, students should become really intimate with them. I hope you will reap the benefits from the pastry course. Good luck and thank you.